You know, there's a lot of things about humans that set us apart from other animals. Like, we've got opposable thumbs, we have a frontal lobe, we can stand upright. Like, we can do a few things that other animals can't. But one of the most discernible differences of humans to animals is that we can consider the future. We can think about the future. We can build the future. Like, a few animals instinctually pack up a lot of extra food before hibernation or before they get to the winter, but it is only human beings who can dream about and consider and build to the future. Like, think about it this way, right? What if I threw two scenarios to you? Like, either in your future, you can choose to receive a tattoo from me in the back of Adam's truck while Adam is driving around. That's one option. Or option two is you can choose to take $1 million, no strings attached. Like, which one are you going to choose, really? Why? Why would you pick that one? Most likely, you are able to imagine what each of those scenarios is going to give you. Like, you can imagine what a bad artist I am, how terrible that tattoo is going to turn out because I have no idea what I'm doing, not to mention the fact Adam drives like a psychopath and is probably burning donuts the entire time we're in the back of his truck. And it's on your body for forever. Meanwhile, I will bet most of you can think of 3 ways your life is going to dramatically change because you receive $1 million. You can consider which future you want, and you can make a choice based on which future you actually want to participate in. Human beings, and the other thing that we can do is we can plan for the future. We can make actions in order to influence the future. Every single time we choose to pass a high school class or not pass one of our classes, we are making a choice and building steps into a future, depending on who we decide to date, who we're friends with, who we're not friends with, how we talk to our parents, how we drive. All of these decisions actually plan and build towards our future. Granted, no plan is foolproof. There are things that happen that are unforeseen, but it is only human beings who can consider and dream about and plan and execute towards a future plan. So the question is, as we're talking about this tribe of the one, this movement of Jesus Christ, so what's the dream? What is the plan? What is the future that this group of people are participating in and journeying towards? Well, this question was actually asked to Jesus in the Bible in a different kind of way. Someone approaches Jesus and asks him, Jesus, what do you say is the most important commandment for a person to live their life by? And that might seem really strange to us, but we have to remember, to the Jewish people, the commandments were life. They had more than 600, and every commandment dictated to them their behaviors, who they spent time with, who they dated, who they married, what they ate, how they ate it. It determined how God viewed them and how they viewed God. Every single part that built towards their future came out of these commandments that controlled their community. So this guy is saying, all right, Jesus, what's the dream? What's the plan? What is the thing that your movement is setting up towards? What's this future that you guys are participating in this tribe of the one? And this is Jesus's response. It comes to us from Mark 12. Jesus replies, the most important commandment is this. Listen, O Israel, the Lord our God is the one and only Lord. Now, this comes from the Old Testament. So many of the Jewish people sitting around him are like, yep, heard that one, memorized that one. I know exactly where that comes from. So he says, listen, O Israel, the Lord our God is the one and only Lord. And you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength. So the Jewish people would have been like, yeah, I've heard this one before. But then he goes off script. Jesus adds to this verse that they all know so well. He says, the second is equally important, and it is to love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. Jesus is like, there it is. There's the blueprint. There are the steps and the plan and the dream to consider when it comes to the future for the tribe of the one. Love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, but equal to that is to love your neighbor. We've been talking about how God's love for people is so unconditional. I mean, he sent his son, Jesus Christ, to this earth to show us his unconditional love, but for all people. We've been saying, regardless of your background, your skin color, your gender, what you've done, where you've been, what you've thought, doubts you have, or used to have, any of those things, doesn't matter. God is like, I love you. I made you, and I made you in my image. Let me show you Jesus Christ so you really get it. But once we really understand that, like we live with how much God loves us, we won't be able to help but respond by loving God with everything that we are too. I mean, that unconditional love demands that we love him back. We can't help ourselves. But Jesus says what is equal to that is how we love God's children. The more we recognize how much God loves us, we are able to help but love others the same way. They're made in God's image. The same way God loves us unconditionally, he loves them unconditionally. Whether it's a parent, a step-parent, a sibling, someone we've dated, cute boy, cute girl, someone who looks like us, someone who looks different than us, someone we like, someone we don't like. Jesus says, you want to step into this beautiful journey. It is to love God and to love others. And that's the lens. Honestly, it's beautiful in its simplicity, and it is intimidating in its difficulty. That as we journey, the future we are dreaming about, we are considering, and then we are taking steps toward is love God with everything we've got and love others as much as we love ourselves.